I was able to see a certain documentary of an old family that had kept wealth for generations, not just one or two, but several generations. And I was interesting that a company can be established in 1712, in 1790, and still be in operation 200 plus years, 300 plus years later. How does a family able to not only keep their name or keep a brand or keep a business flowing, but be able to generate wealth continuously? Old money. This is what I'm talking about. How does a family get to that level? Well, I'm working from a point or background point of Kenyan families where business and where wealth does not go from generation to generation. A father establishes a company, then dies, leaves it to his children, or gives his children the inheritance of a business that does not go beyond that generation. So, what actually happens? And one of the things that came out was there was a deliberate attempt at financial legacy on the part of the previous generation. Yes, generations were very, very categorical at leaving a legacy. One of the things was they left a legacy written down. They said what it meant for them to own this business, what this business was striving to do, and where they wanted to go. They had written it down in plain sight. And it was something every generation knew that it was the purpose for which the business was established. So it was written, the plan was written, the financial things were written down in paper so everyone to see. The other thing was they left an inheritance of values. How do we manage our business? What is the process of our business? How do we grow? What is our vision? They left it down on paper, written down. A lot of Kenyan businesses do not go beyond one generation. So maybe it could be that a lot of people do not invest in allowing the generation that is coming after to be able to learn about how to go about running this business. Because remember, nothing is new under the sun. Every financial problem was experienced by a previous generation. So when there is a blueprint of how to go about business and how to operate despite any difficulty, then this is one of the keys that actually help this business be able to transition generations, century after century. Imagine a company that was established in 1720 that is running until date. 300 years later, a brand that was there before and it is still here even today. Those are the things that they are able to do. The other thing is that kids who inherit these businesses are people who are interested in it. As Africans, as Kenyans, we give our business and our inheritance to our sons. They may not even be interested in, or they may not even have the capacity to. You may try to give an engineering firm to a person who is artistic, who is not interested in running this business. But with these companies, they did not give these companies to people because they were born the first ones or because they were sons, but because they were interested in running their businesses, and not only interested but good at running the businesses, and they held this business in trust for the other people. But what happens in Kenya when a rich businessman dies? People fight for the wealth of this person. They do not establish a trust and give one person who is most capable at running this business to run this business. They give it to the first sons, who may even be inept at running any form of business. So leave the business to the able hands of someone who is able to not only take the best care of the business, but is most equipped. Then let them hold in trust for the others. So these families had generations of people who are not involved in direct business. In fact, their boards were professional boards. But think about it, Kenyan business do not even have boards. And if they have boards, they are consisting of family members. Let me talk about one business, Naivas in Kenya. The board was consisted of relatives. People were constantly fighting boardroom battles and issues like that. If they had a professional board, think about it, they will be taking over the African market. And these are the problems that we look at as Africans as relates to business succession and growth for generations and generations. If you leave your business to your family, they may not be the best people to run this business. It is good that they are directly involved, but it is good to have professional boards who are capable with different competencies and different abilities. Actually, it has been seen that there is a correlation between how professional a board is and how successful this business growth is. And that is why when companies shoot and becomes what is called unicorns, that is billion-dollar valued businesses, when they come to that level, they are forced by investors to have a professional board, not just representatives of shareholders, but people who have different competencies, who are chosen and handpicked intentionally to be able to drive a business in a certain level. For example, if you want to digitize, you have to have one member in this board who is very capable on things to do with IT digitization and growing in the digital space, instead of having a relative who has no here or there as regards to IT and growth. So that is how these businesses grow and are able to grow from generation to generation to generation.